What's up guys, it's Lucky and welcome to our very first HTML tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to walk you through all the necessary things that you're supposed to know about HTML. So I've prepared a little document for you just to understand what HTML is before we get started. Alright, so I have this simple Word document prepared for you. So there's just these two simple questions that I think you might want to know about. So the first one is, what is HTML? Really good question, right? Okay, so HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, this markup language, it's not a programming language, just like the way it has been said, hypertext markup language. So in programming languages, you're going to witness more of logical operations and functions, and those logical thinkings that you usually find in programming languages like Java, PHP, JavaScript. You're not going to find those things like if statements. You don't have that in HTML. So what is HTML used for? Important question. So HTML, it is used to render contents on the web pages. So things like images, text, etc. All those things that we see on the web pages, most of the web pages that we see, they are built using HTML. Of course, there are also web applications, but in web static website, everything, let me just say 80% of the work is done by HTML, and there's also CSS coming in, but I'm not going to talk about CSS just yet. I'm going to introduce another course for you where we're going to be discussing, or rather learning on how best we can style our websites for them to look really beautiful and all that. Trust me, you're going to see that HTML alone, the website looks very ugly, but this is all what HTML can do for now. Now, the other thing that you're supposed to understand is that HTML uses tags to render those contents on the web pages. Now, the examples of tags that we have are these ones. We have a p tag. We have, so you're going to see most of the angle brackets and all those. So we have the p tag, so you're going to have the p tag. This is the opening tag, and this is the closing tag. And in between, that's where you're going to put the contents that you want to be rendered on the web page. All right. So apart from having these website or these tags that will be having the open tag and the closing tag, we also have the ones that are called self-closing tags. For example, this one, it will be just alone, the img, sorry, it's supposed to be G here. It is used to put images on the websites. We also have things like the HR, so something like this, all those. We also have something like the break tag. All these tags, they are used to do a couple of things on the websites. So enough with me talking, let's just go ahead and dive into what we really want to see. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to create a page, or rather I'm going to create a folder where I'll be running our project. So right about now, let me just go ahead and open up a folder. I'm going to name it project like so. Then, oh, it seems I have another folder named project. Okay, so we're going to name this one as project 2. It's okay, project 2, project 2, project 2, like so. Great, we have this, and inside this folder, that's where we're going to put up another, not another folder, but that's where we're going to open up a file for our work. So here we go. The first thing that you want to do when you open up this folder is just right click again and come direct on new, but don't go on folder this time around. We are creating a file, so you come on text document, you do that, just delete that, and you name it the way you want. So we are going to put it as tuts.html, like that. You click enter, it will prompt you, then just go ahead and say yes. Now, immediately I say yes, you realize that this document, or rather this file, is having an extension of this browser. It's because I've saved Google Chrome as my default browser, and if you've also saved Google Chrome as your default web browser, this is what you're going to see. But there's also a possibility if you're running on Windows that you won't be able to see this icon, and the reason will be this. There's a setting that is in Windows, so to activate that, just go on View, you do that, you come on Change Folder and Search Options, you do that, you're going to have this window popping up. Just come on View, and after that you come and uncheck, let me see, you uncheck this one. So if this one is checked, you won't be able to see your browser, but if it's unchecked, then you'll be able to see your browser there. So you just go ahead and click on Apply, and later on you click OK, and we are good. After that, all you need to do now is just open it up with Google Chrome. Alright, we have Google Chrome fired up, and we have now the name of the document here. So it's on the C drive, the user, desktop, and project 2. That's the name and the folder, right? So this is the folder and this is the name of the file. So what you can do next is just do this and right click. This time around you right click and you right click and you come on this option. I'm assuming you watched my previous video where I showed you how you can download Sublime Text. So if you followed really well on how to install Sublime Text in that video, when you right click, you should be able to see this option. Alright, so just go ahead and open up like that. Alright, so now this is the text editor that we'll be using to do all our coding and all that, to write all the tags that we want to see displayed on our browser. So let me just go ahead and cancel this now. So I have the browser with me right now. It's just plain, and it's because there's nothing written in here. If I write something like Makanta, I save, I go back on the browser and refresh, I will be able to see Makanta. Sweet. So what we want to do now is come back on here. Now HTML, it's in versions, and for this series of videos what you want to know is that we'll be dealing with HTML5 specifically. So there's a syntax that we should know, or the standard that we should know before we start writing all the codes. So what you're supposed to do to tell HTML that we are dealing with HTML5, we'll need to write the doc type. There are a couple of doc types for and all that, but I'll just go ahead and show you how you can write the doc type for HTML5. So you just go ahead and say angle bracket and you say doc type like so, HTML, and here you need, sorry I forgot this, but you definitely need this. Great, and you go ahead and do that. After that you need the head, or you need HTML now that covers everything. So just go ahead and do this, HTML. You do that. This is the opening tag that I've just opened. We need a closing tag. You do that, and this is the very good function. The moment I write the less than sign and the forward slash, Sublime Text knows that this is the closing tag for this one, which happens to be the opening tag, right? Then inside we need a couple of things. We need the body, so I just do this and write body. There's the body. If you want Sublime Text to be finishing things for you, you can just do that. It finishes up. You can do that. You come here. You also need, sorry, just above the body we need the head. Alright, so you just write this, you do that, you click enter, and you have the head. So we have the doc type, we have HTML covering everything, and inside HTML we have the head and the body. Then inside the body, that's where we're going to put the title. like so. You can just go ahead and do that. Now, here's the problem. You might be thinking that this is just too much. We are just starting and we have to know how to write all these things. Is there something like a shortcut? Of course we have a shortcut. So let me just go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to delete everything like that. So if you want to write, you're using Sublime Text, all you need to know is writing HTML and click tab. I know you have the tab button on your laptop, so just write HTML and click tab and everything will be there for you. Great. Okay, so the other thing that you want to do is make sure understand this concept. In the head, there's nothing that is rendered on the web page here. Nothing. So when you refresh, there's nothing in there. Here, that's just the name of the document that we've opened up. Now, in here, there's nothing that you're going to see on the web. So if I write anything in there, I write Makanta like so. Let me see. This should be able to show. Okay, it's because it's not in any tag. But if I write it somewhere, for example in here, that's where we put the names of the documents of the page that you want to open. So for example, if I write www.markzcodes, www.markzcodes.co.zm, and you're wondering, I'm saying this won't be shown on the web. Alright, so let's just go ahead and try this. If you refresh this, you realize that there's nothing here, right? But no, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's up here. Alright, so the things that we look for, they are written in the title. They are the ones that you'll be finding on top there. Okay, now let me just go ahead without wasting much of the time and enough with me talking. Let me just go ahead and show you some of the tags that we use in HTML. So the first tag that I want to show you is the P tag. So the P tag, it's also called the paragraph tag. This is the tag that we use if we want to write a paragraph on the website. For example, you want to explain what the website is all about us. You go there and you find there's a bunch of things written. It's written within the P tag. So all you need to do is do this P, you close, you open, /, it finishes. If you don't want to do that, of course there's a shortcut for you. Just write P and hit tab button and it finishes. Great. So I'm going to say, hello guys, this is Laksan and welcome to our first HTML tutorial, like so. Alright, so hello guys, sorry I can't type. Okay, great. So hello guys, this is Lakson and welcome to our first HTML tutorial. If you save this and go on the browser, you refresh and you have this populating, right? So this is how you use the P tag. You can write a bunch of things. There are also other things. For example, a function of lorem. You can put a P tag like so. You hit enter and just write lorem and click tab, and you have this paragraph. If you want to know how to use the paragraph, it's just one of the system that has been put in the HTML tag so that you can try and see how the P tag work. So we have this bunch of texts now. Let's try and see if it's on the web. If you do this and we have this written now on the website. Sweet. The other thing that I want to show you, the tag, is what is known as, so let me just go ahead and show you, bring back the small tag like so. Okay, so we just want this small one on top. So we have hello guys, this is Lakson and welcome to our first HTML tutorial. So underneath, I want to also show you how you can use the strong tag. Just like the way it is strong, so it is made to show some sort of emphasis, not really emphasis, but to highlight a point, to say this is important. So if you put the strong, for example, on my name here, if I say here strong, I close like so, and I come here, I say strong, I'll do that and that, like so, and it finishes. So we have Laxon in between the tags strong. So we saw how Laxon was at first here. Okay, but if I refresh, you realize that now Laxon is in bold. Alright, so that is how strong works by default, but you can change that if you want. You can change the color, you can change everything. Besides that, we also have the emphasis, the EM tag. So on this part, first HTML, we can just say, okay, this one, EM, you close, and you come here, you do this, /, it finishes. And for now, when you look at the way first HTML, it's just normal like these other text apart from Laxon, but if we refresh, now it's in italic. Have you seen? So it's kind of putting an emphasis on this. Sweet. So from there, I've shown you how you can use the P tag. Here I've shown you how you can use the P tag, how you can use the strong tag, how you can use the EM tag. Great. There's also another tag that I want you to know. It's called the headings. So the headings, just like so. These headings, they are indifferent, so they run from 1 through to 6. Alright, so the biggest it's in 1 and the smallest is 6. So if I say H1 tab, it will open up like that. So I say welcome to our series of HTML, like so. You're going to realize that this won't be printed out like normal, like this one. No, but these will be big text, for example, like so. Great. So welcome to our series of HTML. So you are rendering text messages or text on the website using the tags. That is how you use the tag. Okay, apart from that, we also have these, they go up to 6. So if I say H2, I do that, and I'll be just pasting these things for you. Sorry, just want to save a bunch of time. And we have H3, paste, H4, do that, we paste. You're going to realize that from 1 we are going to have the biggest and 4 be the largest. Sorry, 1 will be the biggest and 4 will be the smallest. Okay, so if I do that and you refresh, and this is what we have. You can try, they go up to 6, but I just want to save some time. Apart from this, I also want to show you how you can use the label. For example, if you want to print just a name, you can just say label like so, and you do that. So you can say Makanta Laxon. This doesn't work like the P tag. Of course, I understand it will look like the P tag, but trust me, it doesn't work like this. So if you refresh, this is what you have. But it is usually used, for example, you want to have a form where people will be writing things, right? So I'm going to talk about forms in the other tutorials, but for now I just wanted to show you about the label because there's also an input. So for example, if I say, okay, I'll just say, okay, for example, this is a name that we wanted to put in here. If I say name, like so, this is what you're going to see on the website, and down here you're going to say import, like so. We do that, and what we want to put is the text, and the name is the names that you want to put in there, like so. If we go ahead and refresh this, this is what we have. Great. I know this is familiar, but for now I don't want to talk about that. So let me just go ahead and delete this. From that one, I also want to show you about, I want to talk about what is known as self-closing tags. I talked about self-closing tags. Now, an example of a self-closing tag is the HR. This is called the horizontal rule. It draws a straight line on the website, all right, on the web page. So it will be just alone like this, so it doesn't have another one, so it has closed itself. If I do this, it brings another thing which doesn't suit with the HR. It's because the HR just goes along like that. So if you do so and I go ahead and refresh, you're going to see, since we've deleted this, we'll see a horizontal line drawn. Great. So that's another HTML tag that I wanted to show you. Apart from that, I also have another tag which is called the image tag. So if I do this img, I do that, and we have this. This is the concept that I can also talk about because it needs to be talked about just now. I never want to talk about it, but it's important. This is called an attribute. So it's a function inside the HTML tag. For example, this is the image and we have another attribute inside. So it's the function that does something to help this one. So this is the image. Now if you want to put up an image, it's sad that my network is down, but what I can do is just go ahead and find a photo. Do I have any picture? Do I have any picture? Okay, so my music should have for Don Williams. Okay, sad we don't have any picture, but I should have a picture. Not here. Okay, we can do this. You can copy this, cancel this, and just paste it in somewhere. Just paste it in the folder where we had put the file. So in here I'm going to paste it like so. Now this we're going to say, we're going to name it as example, just like that. So you also have to take note of the extension JPG. So if I go on the codes now and I put example, that's the picture, and we say JPG like so. If I save this and I refresh the web, we see the picture. And sorry it's so big, but there are the other attributes that we can put. So we say width, we can say okay 200, say height like so, we just say 350. These are other attributes which are functions to help the image. So what we can do, we just have to go ahead and refresh, and now we have the picture on the website. Sweet. Apart from this, we also have the forms, but the form, just like I said, we're going to talk about it in the next video. So for now guys, I think let's just end here. Please just try to practice. There are a number of tags that we can use, but for now I think we just have to end here. I also wanted to talk about the break tag. So for example, the break tag, it's also another self-closing tag. If we have things like, I'm going to copy this. Okay, let me just write it down here. I'm going to say the p tag and say welcome to our series of HTML like so. Now what happens is that we have this as welcome to our series of HTML, but if I use the break tag, the break simply allows some sentences to go in the next line. So if I do this and put the break tag here, do this. I have the break tag. What will happen is that from here up to here it will be on top. Now then it will break. It will put the line. This one will come down there. So if I come here and refresh, and now it brings this. Great. So I'm going to show you a lot more tags that are very important, but just wanted to keep this. I know it's a long video, but yeah, I think you've seen what we've done. We're going to do a lot more of the tags and all that, but it's very unfortunate. For now, we're gonna end here, but just to demonstrate that we have a lot of things to do, I also wanted to show you how you can put the links on the website. So if you wanted, we could have said, okay, we're going to say, okay, for our website, put a p tag here, like so. Do that and say, we have a lot of things that we do in our industry, like so. Then then for more info, click here, click here. Now wanted this click here to be in form of a link. If we go down there, we're going to realize that, okay, great, we have this sentence. We have a lot of things that we do in our industry. For more info, click here. But we wanted this to be a link, right? Great. So what do? We just come here and put another tag, which is called an anchor tag. So you do this, you put a, like so, then you close, like so. So if you go back here, you refresh, sorry, we have it, sorry for this. What you want to do is just write a and put a, open up a tag, and we get this, cut. Okay, it's okay, just like that. You can just save it like that and refresh, and you have a link here. Now this link, if we click on it, obviously it won't go anywhere. It will be just behaving like this. But I can show you how it can direct you to other sites and how you can change from site to site. So for now, guys, this is all, and thank you so much for watching, and please keep safe, and don't forget to subscribe, give it a like if you like it, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to see more of these videos coming up. And don't forget to tell me what you want me to do in the down below the comments. So thank you guys for watching, and stay safe.